Boxing Media in association with Bricks and Streetwear. Delighted to be joined all the way from Australia with Ebanie Bridges. Ebanie, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Not bad. Ciaran's actually out like you are at the moment, but I think the weather's a little different, Key, is it?
It's very, very different. Ebanie, I don't know if you've noticed, I've got 2 layers of hoods up at the moment, so it is freezing.
Oh, really? And I've got like short shorts.
Oh, see, what a difference.
That one's I'm just like living is good here. I went in the pool today. It's really nice, you know. I can't complain here.
She's rubbing in a bit now, Ciaran. She's rubbing in, mate.
Look.
I'm very jealous.
Look, a little flip of my front yard. Nice, bright.
Ebanie, I'm not even going to flip my camera because there's nothing.
Hold on a second. It's nice, and it's what's the time? It's like 7:40 p.m.
Nice. What's it like at the moment, Ebanie? We are currently in a lockdown where we can't actually go anywhere. What's the situation in Australia?
It's like there's some borders that have closed.
Yeah.
Look, it's crazy here because I don't want to like say that like obviously COVID's serious, but we get like, for example, one state which is up north, it hasn't had a COVID for about 3 months, and they got one case, so they shut down, big lockdown of the whole city, one case. We got like 25 cases in the whole country. And they started shutting down and locking down a lot of areas and making us wear mandatory masks out. And that's not 25,000, 25 new cases. So, I mean, it's not bad. Like, I mean, we don't have many cases. I mean, I think the most we had recently, don't quote me because I don't fucking check it every day, but I don't know, like 35 cases or something it was. And then it drops down to like 10. And then you find out like half of them apparently were wrong positives, but they've already been put into the statistics. You know what I mean? Yeah. My friend got a false positive. Yeah, because she had it. She had COVID when she was in Sweden a couple of months ago, and antibodies come up as COVID as well, or something like that. And yeah, it's just. But yeah, I'm not complaining at all compared to you guys there in the UK. You know, we got it good here, so. Yeah, definitely not complaining.
Has it affected training there? But you able to train in gyms and stuff?
Yeah, no, that's all fine. It's the only, you know, we have to wear masks, like in supermarket, like everywhere. There's a lot of traffic.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, like in our boxing gym, we don't have to wear masks, you know, but yeah, so no, it's fine. Hasn't affected anything. I got a little set up at home as well anyway, so I'm all good. No complaints here. It's all good.
Good.
Now, Ebanie, unfortunately last year we missed seeing you over here in the UK in a big world title fight for the WBA world title.
It hurts my heart. So every single time I'm like, ugh. Yeah, man. I you know, obviously I'm over. I don't cry over spilt milk. What will be will be. It happened for a reason. But it still cuts because you know, I could have been there, and now it's just anticipation. It's growing, you know, like you guys as well, and the fans, like they're getting hungry. You know, they're getting just as hungry as me. I mean, I'm fucking starving, but you guys are hungry for the bloomer as well, you know. But I mean, it's just like the longer it takes for me to get out there, it's just, you know, I mean, it's good. It builds up more for me as well, but it's just like I just wanted to get it done. Like I just want to go over there and show you guys what's up, and and hopefully that's soon, you know. I'm ready. I'm not ready to go right now, but I'm in training. You know, I could be ready. I'm sparring now, so I would need, you know, like I said, I'm preparing for a fight February, March, so I'm looking for promotions here in Australia as well, to be fighting in February or March. So.
Yeah, and I mean, the reason obviously that fight didn't happen was obviously because of a shoulder injury you occurred. I got to ask you, how is that shoulder now? And I mean, how did the recovery process go for you?
The shoulder has its days. I'm not going to lie. Like, it has its days. I push really hard sometimes. And you know what I found a little bit recently, like when I started sparring, because I was fine until I really started sparring, and I noticed it flares up a little bit in sparring, but it's just because my kind of style as well. I do, like, you know, I have a high guard and I block you know, like you're supposed to. You block your chin with your shoulders, and you know, I got really tight defense, and I like sitting on the inside, so it's a lot like this, and you're getting punched in the arms, like, you know, I'm getting smashed in the shoulders. So, I mean, that's probably the only thing that's kind of, it gets a bit sore from that. But other than that, it's not really an issue. You know what I mean? And that's just gonna come. Like it's still pretty fresh, so it's like poking, you know, an old sore, I suppose. But yeah, no, I'm confident I'll be fine for a fight in February, March, back in there, you know, working on that weight, getting that weight down. that injury weight. First it was COVID weight, and now it's injury weight.
Did you bring yourself to watch the Rachel Ball fight, Ebony, or did you sort of shut yourself away from it due to frustration?
Sorry?
Did you watch the Rachel Ball fight?
No, yeah, I watched it. Yeah, Yeah, definitely watched it.
What did you think of her performance, Ed?
Look, she did well. Like, I mean, she came out, she looks much better than she did against Shannon Courtney. I mean, I can understand probably why. There's a lot of things she hadn't fought for a while. She's first big matchroom show. She would have been very nervous on that first fight against Shannon, against the Golden Girl. So I can see, you know, she had a lot more variety in her punches in the second fight. She was also fighting a girl that had about 11, you know, days notice and was well overweight, and didn't really want to come forward, I suppose, because she probably didn't have the fitness. So, look, I think she looked good. Whether or not she'll be able to do that against me, I highly doubt it. So, I mean, it's I know what I bring to the table, and I know what the problem that I give people. So, but yeah, I think she looked good. You know, I rate Rachel. She's experienced. She got fast hands. You know, she's got, her defense isn't too bad. Like, I think she's a good fighter. Yeah, and I'm cut that it wasn't me in there, but I'm sure it will happen. Me and Rach are friends, you know, and we will petition for that fight. Like, we'll keep pushing for it, because we do think it will be a good fight for the fans and for us.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously, I should imagine it feels a bit like unfinished business there.
Yeah.
Fighting for that world title as well. How realistic is that happening in 2021? Do you feel, Eb?
Oh, very realistic. I've already had discussions about it. You know, about that fight and that. Like, to be honest, I bring that world title over because I was supposed to fight for it here in Australia. I had it. I was sanctioned for it. Everything was good. Then some dodgy shit happened here with the person I was supposed to fight in their team, and I was like, I'm not fucking dealing with this shit. So I was like, nah, sorry, but yeah, I'm not, you know, dealing with that. And so I said, yeah, no to it. And then we had the title fight. So then we went to Eddie and was like, all right, since we got this, what do you want to do? So yeah, I mean, it's annoying. It's kind of slipped out of my hands. But I feel like Eddie's a man of his word. He seems to be pretty good like that. So, and he said it, and the fans are hassling him. I mean, he'd cop it. He'd probably get eggs thrown at him if he didn't get the bomber over there. So
definitely.
From me, I might be over there start throwing eggs at him in his house. I'm by about to throw eggs at his house. Rotten ones.
His house is quite big, Ebony. Anyway, so I doubt you'd be able to miss it anyway.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, that's all right. I got a good strong overhand. I'll be able to throw it nice and far. them top bedroom windows.
You mentioned obviously you want to get out in sort of February time. Do you think it's going to be more of a tune-up fight, or are you aiming potentially to fight a Rachel Ball in February?
No, I think it's best for me to have a tune-up fight. I got to be smart, man.
Yeah.
I'm not like ego here. It's a boxing. It's a business. You know, you got to be smart. I've literally just come. I haven't fought since February. You know, that alone would want me to have a tune-up fight. Plus, I'm coming back from a pretty bad injury. You know what I mean? So I just had 8 weeks off from an injury. So I mean, there's a lot of things here that I'm like, I just don't think it's a smart move. You know, I don't think it's a smart move for me to go straight into a 10-round fight. And that kind of fight, I think it'd be very smart for me to have a little tune-up fight. And if anyone wants to give me shit about that, they can go fuck themselves. They obviously don't know shit about boxing. You know what I mean? So I got to do what's right for me, and that's what I think's right for me. I still want it to be a good fight. Like, I don't want it to finish. I shouldn't say this, but I don't want to go out there, train hard, and then finish it in 30 seconds. You know what I mean? Because that's not going to help me. you know. So I do want a durable opponent. I want a good opponent. It's going to give me a challenge, you know what I mean? But not a 10-round world title fight. And I just think that's a smart move. Mind you, if it got offered to me, I wouldn't say no. You know what I mean? But it hasn't been offered to me as a next fight. So, yeah.
Yeah, Ebony, I mean, even a 4-0 at the moment, you've built such a big following and a presence, I think it's fair to say, over social media, which we will come on to. But do you feel, I mean, to build your profile and enhance it even more, you've got to be fighting now in the UK or in the US quite regularly, would you say?
Oh, mate, I want to be fighting regularly. That's my goal. Like, what the hell? Like, fuck, I think that's what everyone wants to do. And I don't need to. I already fought in America. I made my American debut last year. I mean, like the beginning of the year, 12 months ago. I was supposed to continue fighting in America. I had I had a set, like, okay, I'll fight in February, and we had, okay, May and June. Those fights set up. But Corona, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and now in America, once I leave Australia, I don't want to be fighting here. Like, there's a whole reason I went to America, you know what I mean? And it's the whole reason I reached out to the British fans in the UK, because for me, boxing is shit here. It's not worth it for me, you know what I mean? Like, it's just not big, and especially not women's boxing. Like, obviously, ideally, UK is good because of what's happened crazily with the women's boxing, which I didn't expect. I did expect to be in the US. I spent 2019 with a snapped ankle building my profile in the US, you know, doing fight hype and all that kind of stuff, going over to the US and being at the fights and talking to a lot of people over there and getting my face over there. And that's why I got that fight in America at the beginning of last year. And I've just done exactly the same with the UK this year, except I haven't been over there. I've just had to use social media because we were in, 2020, COVID lockdown. But I mean, it was always an ambition for me to fight overseas, always an ambition for me to get out of Australia, fight all around the world. I want to show the world me, not just a little freaking island in Australia. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think my fight style, I think who I am is built for a global market. And also mainstream, but I will cut out the swearing when I become a little bit more mainstream. But I think for now, let me just, not think too hard. But yeah, I definitely, I would and I've said it, that if I got a fight deal, like a consecutive fight deal, then I would probably go to the UK and I'd stay in the UK. There's no point in me coming back and forth to Australia. Like, you know what I mean? So, I mean, it's just like, I have to do what's realistic, what's financial as well. And especially with COVID and in Australia at the moment with the lockdown. I mean, the mandatory quarantine that I've already done once costs you $3,000. You got to be locked up in a room for 2 weeks. Like, you know what I mean? It's not. I'm not gonna like go fight overseas and come back for 2 weeks, spend half my purse or whatever. I don't know, half my purse, whatever it is, on my quarantine, and then go back in a couple of weeks for, in a month for another fight. No, it's just, I've got to be smart. And I've made a lot of sacrifices. I've come this far, that whatever, but it has to be right for me. I don't get walked all over, and I know my worth, and I know what's right. So it's not like I'm just going to jump at the first fucking bone thrown at me, but it has to be right. So
yes.
You mentioned up there, Ebony, the UK sort of in the US. Are there any sort of UK boxers? I mean, there's so many female boxers at the moment now. Is on such a massive rise. You got, Terry Harper, Jonah, Savannah Marshall, Katie Taylor. Is there anybody specifically that you, not so much to look up to, but sort of, try idolize in a way, if you know what I mean?
Yeah, not really. Not like of the ones at the moment. I mean, I love Bobby Juarez. I love Bermuda. I love Daniel Bermudez. I love all the Mexicans. I love the Argentinian fighters. Like, that's who I like. Like, those girls, they get in like wars, and like that's the kind of, I like those girls. Like Susie Q. Look, Jonas and that, I love the way she boxes. Terry, they're great boxers. And they're doing really, really well. But I wouldn't say I look up to them. And Katie Taylor, I think she's amazing. And I think what she's done is amazing. But yeah, I wouldn't say that I look up to her. I look up to fighters that fight like me, I suppose. But like that, I think, that are like beasts, like full beasts. So that's my style. But So, you know, I like Clarissa. Actually, to be honest, I do look up to Clarissa a little bit, but not for her boxing, more for her of how strong-willed she is and strong-minded she is, because she cops so much slack, and it's hard world out there, man. And the amount of crap that she cops, and she's only young, you know, she copped it at like 22. Imagine being that young and copping so much hate. I mean, she's getting people are getting to see the nicer side of her now, or the real Clarissa, but at first everyone just hated it, and like she still cops it, man. Like, and she's a fun girl. She's, you know, she's a nice girl, and she likes to help people and all that kind of stuff, but people just slag on her, and at such a young age to go through that after all her accomplishments and what she's done for women's boxing. It's not just Katie Taylor, like, and it's not all those UK girls. Like, you know, like Clarissa Shield has a big thing for American boxing as well, which is unfortunate. Americans don't value women's boxing as much as the UK does it now, and as much as they like to think they do, they don't really, and it's really unfortunate in that sense, because I think Clarissa's great. I think what she stands for is great. What she's been through and how she's matured and dealt with all the shit that gets thrown in her face, you know, and I look up to her for that, because I think, fuck, like, what, you know, like if someone ever says anything bad on me online, which is not very often, but if I get a little bit of hate, I just think, mate, like, this is nothing. Like, if Clarissa can put up with what she puts up with, like, hats off to her, man, because it would be hard, you know. So yeah, my rambling. Sorry.
No, that's fine.
It's fine, Eddie, it's fine. I mean, I want to touch back upon the social media presence, as I mentioned there. I mean, you've got such a huge following across social media. You are
is that big?
Well, you are somebody who openly as well likes to engage and interact over social media. Want to ask you, I mean, how big a part do you think social media can play in the modern day fight game?
Huge. You look at me, I'm 4-0 from Australia, and I'm getting a fight on a matchroom card for a world title. You think I got that fight? That's because I got fans, because I'm going to put bums on seats, because people are wanting me, and they're only wanting me because they know about me, and they only know about me because I'm loud on social media and I do interviews. I've done hundreds of interviews, not just social media, it's the YouTube as well. I've done so many interviews and then articles written about me, and like, I mean, obviously I've done some like shock value extreme kind of things as well, that, you know, my socks and all that kind of crap. But like there's a lot of things where I've like made headlines. You know, like I've made headlines because I look hot when I weigh in. I made headlines because I sell dirty socks. Like, you know, it's the whole package thing. But obviously, you know, social media, it helps because I don't have a promoter. You know who my promoters are? My fans, who continuously tag Eddie every day. I don't ask them. I'm not going to like message them, hey fans, like, can you, they just want to see me. So they do it. You know what I mean? And if my name keeps getting spat out over social media, then I mean, it'd be hard to ignore, but from a promoter, they're going to say, well, God, so many people want to see this girl. Like, we'll get her on because she's going to make me money.
Yeah.
And I look at it in a sense that if I have a good following and I can put bums on seats and I can sell tickets, I'm going to make money. You know, I can't be expecting to make money if no one knows who I am, or I've got, you know, and no one's going to come watch me. What's the promoter's going to pay me with? Like what money? You know what I mean? Like, I do believe it's a you know, commercial, I don't know what you call it, but yeah, it's like, you know, it's marketing is really, really important. And I didn't mean to do it like that. I mean, I just wanted to, I started Twitter beginning of last year, like March last year or something. I didn't know it would be anything like that. I didn't even know what Twitter was like. Twitter's like, no one uses Twitter. I got on there and I was like, all these boxing chat, and I'm a fan of boxing. And I was like, wow, I'm talking to like people that actually know shit about boxing. Like, we can like chat about fights, and we can like, I can like analyze fights with people. Like, it's mad. And it just happened that, like, because I like talking to people and I like talking about fights and I don't really hold back on what I say, it came like really engaging, and that's what I liked about it. And then it just went from there. You know, so
Ed, I got to ask, what is the string? We have message requests all the time as well. Is there one that's particularly weird or strange? The one that sticks out to you the most?
I don't know. Look, I mean, a lot. I mean, I just got paid like $250 for a picture of my socks, and they wanted a 20% small dick fucking, what was it? What's it called? Charge them like extra, because I said, like, you know, it's $100 for a picture of my socks on the floor. That's it. Oh, can I? And they're like, can I have a small dick tax on add small dick? I go, yeah, 20%. Yeah, $120 for your picture of your sock. Like, it's weird.
That's strange.
That is strange, right? And it's actually
For
so
a
you
picture?
actually strange.
For a picture of a pair of socks.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Listen. For a picture of my dirty socks on the floor, like dirty laundry on the floor, like not even on my feet, like not even feet, like that's like to me. I mean, these guys are, I don't know, whatever floats the boat, and I don't have a conversation with them. I'm like, it's $100, and then they say it, and I'm like, yep, 20%, chuck it on there. Here's my PayPal. Thanks. Here's your picture of my socks on the floor. Thanks. See ya. Tell your mates.
My God.
Bring in that money. Tell your mates. But yeah, so I mean that's pretty weird. But I've got other like just weird stuff, like people just wanting me to put them down, like I don't know what the word
roast
is.
them sort of thing, is it?
Yeah, roast them, like publicly roast them, or like, you know, guys wanting to spar and like all like just, but like not just like, hey, you want to spar, like, hey, I want you to punch me in the balls. Like, okay, how much does it cost for you to like punch me in the nuts? And I'm like, my hands are not going anywhere near you. You're great. But yeah, I don't actually reply to those ones because I don't make money from that. If someone asks me about my socks, you know, I make money from that. Good money. I made like a lot of money over Christmas. I don't know, they're buying it for themselves.
I got to ask you, do you find yourself buying more socks now, and considering in such high demand?
Yeah. You know, I have to be smart because I actually, you know what? To be honest, it's I've only sold like a few actual pairs of socks where I've sent off, but they paid like the money for the pictures of them.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is
and
mad.
it's like, and it's not even really like, I mean, it's not even my feet. The socks on the floor. Like whatever floats the boat, and if they got the money to throw it at me, I don't care. You know, it's not even. Yeah, I mean, it could be anyone's socks, really.
Yeah, exactly. Mad.
But yeah, so that's pretty.
Finally, Ed, before we leave you go, are you back in Leeds United now? Is that your football team? Are you set on Leeds?
Yeah, Leeds. Yeah, Leeds is my is 100%. I'm all Leeds. I'm decking it out. We got hopefully got some stuff coming on the way. I'm full decked out. You know what? I can't help it. You know, before I even picked that team, I was already leaning towards them anyways, and already like when people were voting, I already had like this like soft spot that I wanted to support Leeds. And I think it's because when I was growing up, Leeds was pretty big in Australia. And also just like, yeah, like I don't know who you guys go for, so I should be careful what I say, but I'm going to say it. But I find that the Leeds fans like are so vocal, and they're super loyal, and they cop a lot of shit. A lot of football teams do, but the fans, they cop a lot of shit, and I think they're my kind of people that cop shit and keep coming back. So I think it's me. Yeah.
Ebanie, I can't persuade you to move over to supporting Liverpool, the current Premier League champions. I can't persuade you to do that, no?
No, you know, I thought about Liverpool because, you know, I love red. And I'm not a big fan of yellow and blue, but it's funny because my rugby league team is also yellow and blue, and it's just like, okay, I'm gonna have to start liking these colors because I'm wearing these yellow and blue colors all the time now. And yeah, so no, sorry, Liverpool is a no. It's Leeds all the way, and yeah, I can't wait. I hope one day that I can fight over there. It'd be sick.
Well, Ed, we got to say, obviously, thanks so much for your time today, and yeah, we wish you the best of 2021. We hope we see you in the UK, and yeah, we love to catch up again soon.
Thank you. Yeah, I can't wait. I really do hope I get over there soon. But yeah, until then, keep tuning in and keep you know pushing it. I think that's the main thing. So
yeah,
we just hassle them enough. You know, you got to just be persistent.
Yeah, Ciaran's birthday soon, so I might get him a picture of your socks. Yeah.
Hey, I actually didn't want to tell that story because I didn't want him to get embarrassed. But,
Brilliant.
Well, Ed, thanks so much. And
secrets out.
We're good. Ed, we'll speak to you soon. Thanks so much again.
All right,
thanks so much for your time, Ed. Take care.
Thanks, Ed.